One on radio. The Okenze on radio. Your big brother on radio. I am the main event and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
Well, welcome aboard, everybody. This is a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the People's Program, Straight Talk. It is no bending corners, live here on Echo FM 100.7. How in a day. All right, everybody, welcome aboard. I hope you have enjoyed the week and all the activities that we have been bringing to you, courtesy of Echo FM 100.7. And of course, it's a pleasure to be with you once again. All right. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, and today I am here with my microphone partner. Today, as usual, Josh Dunn is taking the usual seat. You really know her.
Abby.
Yesterday she was sitting this other way. Today she's going back to her normal seat. And of course, thanks for holding up yesterday. It wasn't funny. Yesterday I was struggling to breathe. I told her I wasn't going to talk much, and she had to bombard me with questions, made me talk either. All right, welcome everybody. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and of course, it's been like the news is just too much. We don't even know where to narrow our conversation, but we'll try as much as possible to bring it down. This is politics program, and during the week, I think that was just yesterday, President Tinubu was hosting the ambassadors, renewed hope ambassadors in the Aso Rock Villa. And there are so many statements he made that we will try to analyze and bring them to your doorstep. Yeah. Well, he made two very important statements that caught my attention. First, he said that he took over from himself, that Buhari was his partner, so he took over from himself and is continuing what he started under Buhari's administration, that they were partners in the administration. How the APC have spent the last 3 years dissociating the Tinubu's government from that of Buhari, and now the president himself is claiming it. So where do we go from here? That is a beautiful takeaway from that particular conversation with the renewed hope ambassadors. Then he now threw a jab. And this is going to be our topic of conversation. He said, I am not scared of the ADC. I'm not scared of Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso, Amechi. He is not scared about them, that they are no match for him. Tinubu said they are no match for him. Obi is no match. Atiku is no match. And none of them, the ADC. He even threw a jab that the leader of that coalition, they say, well, the leader, he privatized, what is it, Ajakuta State. He asked them, is he working? They said, no. He privatized Nine Post. Is he working? They said no. And then he threw a big jab saying that he privatized another person's party, and the person said no.
Meaning
the ADC, they are not privatizing ADC party, and the people are saying no. That's reacting to Balagombe and all that. So it's a very beautiful thing. Meanwhile, while the ambassadors were meeting in Aso Rock, 14 JAMB students were abducted in Benue State. Pari Passu was happening at the same time. While you're playing politics in Aso Rock, Nigerian children going for JAMB were abducted on the road to their JAMB center. So this is terrible. And the worst part of it is that these students were kidnapped inside a state-owned Benue Links vehicle. The management of Benue Links said that that driver was not supposed to be on the way, that he was not built to be on the way. Then you start asking your question, did the driver take off from Benue Links Park or he took off from somewhere else? Now, the findings show that he took off from Benue Links Park, and you're coming to tell us he's not supposed to be on the way. What is that supposed to mean? This is a callousness in our government, and I'm so particularly pained. These are school children. Then, why this was happening, Army was releasing rehabilitated Boko Haram terrorists back to the society, from terrorists to our neighbors and all that. So it is so funny that these are the things that are happening. But you just can't have it. You just can't have it like every day everything goes wrong. Done. This is more like Nigeria 360 all over.
I'm telling you, this is the porosity in our country, Nigeria, that we see today. Every day, one particular thing is always happening. And then you're asking, are they chasing the elections or are they for us? What are they actually doing?
Well, that's not all that happened. I'm trying to I bring everything back to your doorstep this morning, trying to summarize all of it, because Akpabio was also in that meeting, and Akpabio, as usual, made one of those his color statement that he made without thinking, that the U.S. was wrong. The U.S. is not, there's a statement the U.S. embassy put that the U.S. is withdrawing their diplomats from Nigeria because of insecurity. Akpabio said, no, the U.S. is wrong. They are withdrawing their own diplomats and citizens from their embassy because of the war in Iran, that they are afraid that Iran is going to come and bomb their embassy in Nigeria. Kai Akpabio. Oh, me tabo. Chai. Akpabio, the man, you know the thing, I'm going to blue, boy. And you know the funniest thing, why he was saying that, Tinubu was clapping. The ambassadors were clapping for him for making such statements in broad daylight. The whole world was watching.
Inciting the United States.
Nah. At the end of the day, is this not looking for trouble? The sleeping giant is there and you are poking it. And then when it wakes up, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? That's exactly the situation with that. Anyway, I'm trying to bring you around everything that went, well, there's anything that goes right in Nigeria these days. Everything is just left. No right, left. So anyway, that's the summary of everything. But today we're going to take a look at the ambassadors and their meetings and the meaning behind what Tinubu has said. We're going to try and digest it, and we'd like to hear what you make of those statements made by the president. If you have not watched, then you can see it. But finally, there is a video circulating on social media, it's gone viral, that the president's renewed hope branded vehicle is parked inside of INEC office in Rivers State, the home state of Wike. All right. For those of you who have not seen that video, just jump onto our social media. We'll play that video for you. Now, not just the vehicle, there are also signage seen in front of INEC office, branded with the Renewed Hope agenda. Renewed hope with Bola Ahmed Tinubu's face. Now, campaigns have not started. And then the person who's supposed to be the umpire, well, that particular video has been debunked by fact finders, saying it is not in front of INEC office, it's just not far away from INEC office. Now, the campaigns have not started, but these billboards are seen. If it is not in front of INEC office, it's just close to INEC office, and nothing has been done about that. Have the campaign started? So that brings to question the neutrality of INEC in this whole thing. Not forgetting the scandal involving the INEC chairman, whose tweet, Akpabio also said that the man, he is no longer denying the fact that the man tweeted, at least saying victory assured, reacting to somebody's post. And then he reacted to that person, victory assured. That person was APC. He said, the man only tweeted victory assured. He never mentioned APC. That's what Akpabio was saying. I mean, this is, it's kind of funny, but they're no longer denying it. Yes, they tried everything, they denied it. And the worst part of it is the algorithm these days, nothing goes missing. If you ask Grok what was deleted 10 years ago, so long as it's on internet, it's going to fish it out. And then they fished out the whole thing. They changed the INEC chairman's own Twitter page. They changed it, put it a new name, and then the fund. So they asked Grok, who is the original owner of this. Grok broke it up and showed the picture, and then wrote, this is the owner of this particular Twitter handle, Joash Amopitan, at Joash Amopitan, and of course, INEC chairman in Nigeria. Boom, blew it out. So can you go deny that? The AI or the technology made a mistake. So after that one, they change them. Say, no, now he make the twist too, but he didn't mention APC. So that's the rendezvous we are having this morning. I'm just trying to bring you up to speed with what's been going on in Nigeria. Welcome aboard. It is Straight Talk, no bending corners. And of course, who else to have it raw the way we like it than Chief Comrade Salvatore Amadi, who has joined us this morning to have this analysis with us this very beautiful Friday morning. Done. It seems to me you're overwhelmed with this thing. Your face don't change.
I can never be overwhelmed.
Yeah,
of course, you know it. I can never.
Okay, no worries. Comrade Salvatore Amadi, welcome aboard Ogami.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very fantastic Friday morning to you, Barry and George Dawn.
Thank you.
It is a brand new dawn, isn't it?
I mean, a brand new daybreak.
Brand new dawn for the country.
Okay. Anyway, a new dawn
Yes.
for the country.
Yes.
Do we have a new dawn?
Yes,
We're
it
working towards that, isn't it?
We're working towards that.
Yes.
Are you sure we're going to get it?
We will get it.
All right.
If
Sorry.
not in our
Hope so.
generation, maybe our children's generation.
Correction. It is already here.
Oh, you see it.
It's already here.
The new dawn is already here.
Thank
All right.
you.
Look what they watch now. I'm going to hear what Bola Tinubu say you're no match for me and all that. Comrade, before we even start, I had a report yesterday from, what's his name? Chief Jude Ubaja. He's telling us to tell you, and I'm saying it openly, Chief Jude, I know you're listening, Salvatore is here, that you have been insulting him on a radio station, definitely not from here, but somewhere else. So please, he asked me to please tell you to desist, that both of you are brothers, your village and his village are not far, so you should desist from insulting his personality on air.
It's appealing.
It was appealing for you to stop that. Please, stop
Barry,
it, Ogami.
Barry, you need not communicate that to me. As part of my responsibilities as a dedicated investigative journalist, I monitor practically all the radio programs and political programs on radio on different stations. So I was listening to both of them. I was monitoring the program.
Yesterday.
And let me tell you, it was yesterday. And let me tell you, that wasn't all he said. He said he was going to communicate his lawyers, and they're going to write me, to take me to court, and I was laughing.
Why are you saying yes now?
I was laughing.
Are you firing more?
You were the one who
bullets?
started it.
Do you want to gag her?
I don't understand.
I'm not gagging her.
He's already gagging me.
I told you this is a new dawn. You cannot gag anybody.
I'm not gagging her. She said yes.
Why are you pinching me?
You know, Ginger Salvatore.
Why
I'll give you a
me?
for
Why did you bring it up?
Okay.
You're supposed to do it in camera, not here.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know one thing very interesting. You in the beginning you were talking about the exposure and the whole exposure concerning Amupiton and his Twitter handle. And of course that was the basis upon which the Jude was talking
About.
reporting to you.
Okay.
Okay, and now you have blown it open. You didn't have to do that. If he had access to intel or the intranet, that would tell him, educate him that, look, this sort of thing, digital footprints are not like footprints on the beach sand. You know, walk on the beach, you leave your footprints. You take a broom. Let's use broom, symbolic. Take a broom and sweep it away. It's not like that. And people
why are you using broom? You didn't carry rake. It must be broom because it's APC symbol.
Because that's tell you truly that
you have answered your own question. So you see,
no.
That is the parody.
We are a neutral station. Yeah, we don't want to get involved in people's business.
I
So
said
use
broom.
that thing. Must it be broom?
I said broom.
Broom is APC.
Okay. You see, there is what do you know what they call? There's this thing, you know, vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can use vacuum cleaner if
Better
that
use
pleases
them.
you.
That's better.
Better than broom.
Leave the broom.
Okay, so that's all right.
All right. Okay. Dawn is just looking at me, shaking her head. I don't know what for, but you can shake your head all you want. We're telling you the truth. We remain neutral, and we try as much as possible to keep it that way. Okay, no matter what you feel about any particular party, well, everybody has a right to feel whatever way you want, but definitely, definitely we will go into the newspapers now. Let's get some few headlines on the newspapers right now. Okay, starting with the Guardian newspaper. It's been a while we did Guardian. Say how African wealth fuels demand for global mobility solutions. And this one is Africa's wealth fuels demand for global mobility solution. When I hear white men involved in this kind of talk, I feel not satisfied I feel like something fishy is going on. Salvatore, I don't know if you have that inner bite anytime you hear they're talking about African wealth. It's not because they want to help us get the wealth, they want to help steal it. Because that's what they have been doing.
Yes, on that score of your allegation, you are right on that, talking about they have been stealing our resources. But you, as I said, there is a new dawn on the table.
Yeah.
And this new dawn is all about coming to the realization that this must come to an end now, in fact, as soon as yesterday.
Okay.
And that is why you're seeing all sorts of revolutionary activities sweeping Africa now. So Africa is the continent of the moment. And so that trend will definitely continue. And you do not live in a vacuum or in isolation.
Okay.
So as the neighboring countries to your country are affected by this wind of change, you dare not begin to imagine that your own country will be isolated from it.
But it's a good thing because most of the rich people in African countries are beginning to expand their reaches across the world, doing businesses with the world, interconnecting African wealth with the Western wealth and all that. That's a beautiful one because Africa is beginning to take charge of Africa. And that is the best thing we can do. I know, I've seen a report this morning where IMF say hard times are awaiting Nigeria. And I begin to wonder. Anyway, I'm going to fish at that particular thing they said. On Punch newspaper, right? All right, let's just go over. And then we have 15,000 LAUTECH students yet to receive approved NELFON loans. And this has been going on. That of Futo had stayed for a long time, whom everybody has been praising and eulogizing as a fighter and a very upright woman. A lot of Futo students called out to me. Some parents called out and they say their funds released by the federal government are not being given to their students and their children and all that. And, well, I tried investigating, but I got nobody wanted to talk about it in Futo, and I couldn't reach Professor Oti. So, at the end of the day, that's what it is, 15,000.
Yes, now that you are using Futo, which is under the charge of Nena Oti, I would want to exercise a bit of caution in jumping to speculations and allegations.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows globally the antecedents of the woman. And for the Nigerians, for now, even clamoring that she should be the next INEC chairperson, that tells you one or two things. So, but all things being Nigerian, you do have stumbling blocks, bureaucratic red tapes.
That's why I was shocked when I heard it, because it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Coming from that institution headed by a woman whom everybody is in love with. We love what she did. She helped put Abia State on the path of right now. And everything that is going on there started because she stood that ground, the right thing must be done. And that is surprising to hear that students from Futo are complaining of their funds being held, and then they stopped them from writing exams because they couldn't pay school fees, which are supposed to come from this NEL fund. And then it became a very... I called so many people, tried to verify, but most of the Futo workers, it seems to me, well, everybody didn't want to put themselves into issues, you know. You are a journalist, you know how difficult it is to extract such information. But I think time has passed. I don't know what is happening with that particular situation right now. So, Professor Oti, it's a very, very loss. People are clamoring for INEC chairman. And if she becomes INEC chairman, we do know that our votes will count. That is what we want in this country. Okay, let's move on to the Punch newspaper.
I can tell you for now, I'm going to get in touch with OT and the Deputy Vice Chancellor of that university and dig into it and find out exactly what the current situation is.
Great, let's have that. On the Punch newspaper, where is that? I'm looking for that IMF story, because IMF story, their own story, they're always they fuel my curiosity. Well, I think we have FG moves to tighten airport and prison security because Boko Haram and terrorists are threatening to blow up our airports in Abuja and in Lagos. And this is now, they are tightening security around that area, including the prisons. Remember the prison break in Imo State? So it became something. We don't want a repeat of that. And our president reached airport, say Plateau State no get light. He went back and all that. So what do you make of this new trend now?
It is very interesting. Now, juxtaposed with the what I would want to call jeopardy, the jeopardy of a comedy that was enacted by, a highly placed Nigerian, talking about Akpabio, and the statement he made about the United States Embassy. Now, you see, when America gives directives or information or notices, it is based on thorough investigation, concluded before they take any action.
Yeah.
So now they have their intel advising their people, this is the current situation in Nigeria, so clear from here. And for that to happen, and then somebody who's supposed to be the Senate president, number 3 citizen of the country, coming to drive down comedy lane by saying something as ridiculous as America is scared that Iran will come and bomb their embassy here in Nigeria. One, you see, he immediately accepted and confessed, admitted that there is